Sorry about that. I turned my volume back up before I should have, and I got a nice anti-depression commercial. Uh, Welcome back. Where were we? Puma Pants says good morning. It's great to see you all. Wonderful turnout. The topic this week is the glorious topic of freedom, and what a noble thing that is to pursue. It seems like however free we are, there's elevations and echelons of freedom that are yet unrealized. And I wonder how you feel about this, but it always feels like there's something inside of me that's always struggling, wrestling, struggling and wrestling with greater levels of freedom and struggling against the constraints and restraints. It seems to be the human condition. Was listening to a podcaster the other day, and the word Israel is, when you break it down, it means literally he who wrestles with God, or she, of course, obviously. And so we're looking at freedom, and I wanted to get down to the nitty gritty since it's early in the week. And I would ask for a moment, and you might want to close your eyes for a second just to contemplate, and I'll give you a few moments to think about it. But as a topic, you might ask yourself, what's the biggest constraint to my freedom right now? It's a pretty simple question. I'm not saying it's easy, but what stands in the way of you having a whole breakthrough and revelation in the realm of freedom? Okay, so if you're perfectly and absolutely free and you have the sense there are no fetters, restraints, or constrictions upon you, and you're free to move about the planet, acting in infinite glory and healing wherever you go, then thanks for coming to class. It's like, what are some of the things that can stand in the way of freedom? Age, self-doubt, lack of inspiration, money, finances, emotional turbulence, lack of understanding, past mistakes. Um, yeah. So could that list be expanded ad infinitum, ad nauseum, just ad nauseum? It probably could, but today we might think about that whatever whatever sort of constraint that we have imposed upon ourselves, that we feel, that we experience as our biggest restraint of freedom, we might build an equation today like spiritual mathematicians and say that biggest constraint equals greatest freedom when it comes. In other words, the thing that we're pushing out against that seems to be the largest constraint to our full and free, most joyful, purposeful, meaningful life, the thing we're up against is also the clarion call for our greatest freedom, whatever that is. So to some degree, it reminds me of um, a whole bunch of different world scriptures, and there's a lot of them that have lines along the lines of, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be free. I mean, again, that's another list we could expand, but the principle behind it is, wherever we're stuck, wherever we're limited, wherever it feels like we're being pushed down, we're under the thumb of something, that we are uh, that we are locked down and locked in, that we're not free. Well, there's our great breakthrough that's coming. And by leaning into whatever that constraint is in whatever way that we can, by exploring, by acting, by thinking, by trying whatever we can try, by wrestling with it, then inevitably we will be free of it, and it will lead to our greatest freedom. So whatever your constraint is, I took a moment too, and I thought of mine, because it's life is good and there's great things going on, and I don't know about you, but it always feels like there's so much more inside of me. There's so much more that is available for living, for expressing, for demonstrating, for engaging, for participating. And I don't mind that feeling. I like that feeling that there's so much more will be revealed. So whatever your largest constraint is, today we might realize that it's the portal, it's the harbinger, and that I think good, strong prayer, meditation, spiritual seeking, and an active program will definitely bring us to freedom around whatever that largest constraint is. Constraint equals your biggest freedom. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Go be free, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.